Hey witches, welcome to Busy, Gritty, Inked and Witchy, a magical living podcast for the busy witch. I'm Morgan, eclectic witch of almost 25 years, Avalon priestess, and busy witch. Here we'll talk all things witchy, from current metaphysical happenings to my busy witch tips and tricks, and everything in the in-between. This podcast is my personal journey, filled with my knowledge, opinions, and unique way of looking at the world. Join me as I weave the magical and the mundane in every episode. Hey witches, welcome back to Busy, Gritty, Inked and Witchy. I'm Morgan, and today I am talking about sun worship reclaimed. We track the moon down to the minute. New moon, full moon, waxing moon, waning moon, dark moon, okay? But when's the last time that you honored the sun that literally keeps your ass alive every single day? When's the last time that you really, truly honored the sun? Okay. Summer solstice, Litha, midsummer, whatever you want to call it, is right around the corner. It's Friday, June 20th. But in the past, I've done Litha or summer solstice for the busy witch. I've done monthly magic episodes for June, July, all that kind of stuff. So today's focus is sun, but not just like boring sun magic. Okay. I want to talk about, reclaiming the sun for witchcraft practice and why I think witches pay more attention to the moon, the energy of the sun, and then ways to work solar magic. Okay, so lots of witchcraft today, some of my opinion. We're getting it all, and it is in honor of the beginning of summer. Okay, so it's seasonal as well. The first thing I want to start with is the definition of worship that I'm using in the title, Sun Worship Reclaimed. Worship is a feeling or expression of reverence and adoration, or to show reverence and adoration for something, okay? It is an honoring. So I know that when it comes to the word worship, we think that, oh, you're like bowing down and giving away your power to something. But that is not the case. Okay. And like with moon magic, sun magic, everything that you go to do in witchcraft, it is a relationship and it is a give and take. Okay. So it's not a getting down on your knees and worshiping something and giving over everything to it. It is an honoring. Okay. So I definitely want to clear up the word worship in the title, because that's what I'm talking about today. And a lot of witches worship the moon. They honor the moon and its cycles, but the sun just kind of gets thrown out the window. And at the end of the episode, I'm going to share with you why that's a little crazy. Why it's a little crazy, or why, if you do not honor the sun and work with the sun's energy, I will give you a perspective shift to where maybe you will start working with the sun now. Okay. So worship definition out of the way. So witchcraft has become a moon dominated practice for many witches. Okay. Because, and this is why I think that it is, the moon is witchier. There's just way more witchy vibes. It's nighttime, so you can do things in secret. You can do mysterious things. You can do divination, and it's just a little bit more witchy, quote unquote. Dark goddesses are associated with the moon. The divine feminine, 100% associated with the moon. Your emotions, your desires seem to come alive at night. And building your intuition, like secrets and finding out secrets and finding out the future and finding out answers to things that you don't know are very much cloaked in darkness. Okay. So yes, a lot of witchcraft practice is way sexier at night. I get that. You have in one hand the image of a coven of witches dancing naked under the full moon, and the other hand you have a coven of witches dancing naked under the sun and getting sunburned in places that they don't need to get sunburned. It's just one of them is super sexy, has that sexy vibes. The other one, you turn into a mom for a second. Like, do you have SPF on, honey? Do you have some sunscreen? You need to put some sunscreen in that area, So I think that is why a lot of witches really resonate with the moon. Okay. A lot of witches are feminine or have a lot of divine feminine energy within them. So they're going to resonate with the moon. And witches like to do shit at night. Okay. So all of that goes into why I think that witchcraft has become a moon dominated practice for many people. Okay. Another perspective on this is a question that I would like to ask you. Has the sun and solar magic been deemed uncool, quote unquote, because it is divine masculine and we're fed up with the patriarchy and we've swung the pendulum too far into the opposite direction? So because a lot of modern day witchcraft and paganism does separate or classify divine feminine energy with the moon and divine masculine energy with the sun, are we erroneously, like in error, associating the moon as feminine, great, amazing, and therefore the sun, because we're sick of the patriarchy, we're sick of men, toxic masculinity. And because the sun is associated with divine masculine energy, then sun is bad. Like, I'm not saying that we are. I'm asking, like, honestly, like, could that be an issue here? Could that be a reason why many witches resonate with the moon and gravitate to the moon, but the sun, they don't even think about having the sun as part of their witchcraft practice at all, okay? Divine masculine energy is not bad. Divine masculine energy is found in everyone, regardless of sex or gender, okay? And it is just I understand that there are many cultures, a lot of them closed practices, that associate, other things. So they associate the sun with divine feminine energy, or their classifications of divine feminine and divine masculine are different than what is widely accepted. Most of them are closed practices. Okay. So when you're looking at witchcraft and paganism as a whole, and generally speaking, okay, that's how it's, so divine feminine energy, it resonates with the moon. It's very soft. It's nurturing. It is powerful, but it is a flow and it is a pulling energy. Okay. It's a magnet. It's attraction. Okay. Whereas divine masculine energy, which is associated with the sun, is about action and strength and pushing and moving forward. And it's very organized. It's very structured. Okay. This is not an end all be all. If this does not resonate with you, then you do not have to, abide by these common beliefs. But again, like what you believe and what resonates with you is specific to you. Okay. And just for clarification, this has nothing to do with gender. This has nothing to do with sex. It is just about energy. It is about maintaining the balance of energy in the world. Okay. So if everything in the world must maintain a balance, then we as humans are going to assign it something that we can understand. So that's what we've done. These things are associated with feminine energy, divine feminine. These things are associated with divine masculine energy. And it is keeping those in balance and in moderation. That's what you're aiming for in life. And it, again, regardless of sex, regardless of gender, anything like that. Okay. So even though modern witchcraft and paganism generally associates divine masculine with sun, divine feminine with moon, some ancient cultures did have sun goddesses. And Amaterasu. Oh my God, I practiced this before. I practiced this so many times. And of course, now I get here and I can't pronounce shit, you guys. If you've ever done a live gemstone sale with me, you know it's hard for me to pronounce shit. Okay. Amaterasu. Amaterasu is the sun goddess in Imperial Japan. Amaterasu. Please excuse my pronunciation. I even have it literally written down by syllables here, and I practiced it before the episode. Anyway, so in Imperial Japan, She is the sun goddess associated with the sun and universe. So there was a goddess for you. And then Sol or Sana is the Norse personification of the sun. That is also female. Okay. She was also female. So there are ancient cultures that did have sun goddesses. And for thousands of years, this is pre-Christian cultures, for thousands of years, associated the sun with life and death, growth and destruction, and illumination and revelation. And they worshipped both the sun and moon in balance. Okay. So ancient cultures, pre-Christian ancient cultures, had a balance of divine feminine, divine masculine, sun and moon energy. Okay. So that's just a little bit of history for you. And then also my beliefs as to why I believe that witchcraft has really swung over into moon worship, or honoring the moon or working with the moon phase. But not a lot is said about the sun. Okay. Not a lot is said. It's said about the sun during summer solstice, like during the summer. But then the sun goes away, for the winter, or the days get shorter, and it's like witches. And of course, I'm a witch. I love the fall. I love the fall and the winter, the darkness, the gloom, not gloom, but like the comfort and the hibernation. Although here in Arizona, here in Tucson, that's when we come out of our hibernation. We go into hibernation during the summer. Because the sun energy is very, very, very powerful here. It's already 105 or 106 today. And it's like, mid-June. Yeah, it's great. But I think that erroneously we're associating, or we're saying, oh, sun, masculine, men, patriarchy, bad, when it's time to separate them. And to understand divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And divine masculine energy is not the patriarchy. It's not toxic masculinity. Divine masculine energy lives within all of us, and it can 100% be used for amazing things. And that's what I'm going to talk about next, is the energy of the sun, which is also divine masculine energy. Okay. The energy, or the sun, is associated with vitality, which is just your life force, your ability to enjoy life, your ability to do things in life. That is vitality. Okay. Sun is associated with illumination, because nothing can hide. When the sun is shining down on it, nothing can hide. Even shadows are illuminated. Okay. Confidence, self-worth, action, which is moving forward, success. Not saying divine feminine energy is not associated with success, but it is a different type of success. Divine masculine or sun success is like, look at me, I am successful, I am confident, I am radiant, I am going to move forth in confidence, and I am going to get shit done. Whereas divine feminine success is more like, oh my gosh, we did this as a group. Look at the community we're building. Look at how in flow I am and how in tune with myself and the world around me I am. This is success. This is amazing. Okay, do you see kind of the difference in using the word success? I don't want anyone to misinterpret me saying that feminine energy is not successful and only masculine energy is successful. It's a different type of success, okay? The sun and masculine energy is also associated with strength, happiness, and creativity. Not saying divine and feminine energy is not creative or not strong or not associated with happiness, but these are just the general, like sun, moon, divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay. So those are all of the energies associated with the sun and the different things that you can tap into sun energy to help you build within yourself and your magical practice. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about next. This is actually might be a short episode. Shit. This is pretty cool. I was like, bam, I'm going to fill them with facts today. Or I'm going to give them knowledge. I'm going to drop some knowledge bombs on y'all today. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So as far as solar magic practices, and this is like the end of, like, my solar magic practices is the end of the episode. So this is how you can reclaim the sun and the sun worship for yourself. Okay. And I'm going to tell you like why you should when it comes to these things. And I don't mean should like gatekeeping, do this or die. You should consider it. And as an experimental part of your practice, explore it, see if it feels right. Okay. So, examples of solar magic practices that you may already be doing as well. Morning rituals that set your tone for the day. That is an example of a solar magic practice. So if you are a person who gets up, like me, look, I'm a morning person, so I'm already associated or very much aligned with sun energy, solar energy, divine masculine energy. Okay. But I wake up early. I work out in the morning. I set my intentions for the day. I pull my cards in the morning. I meditate in the morning. I eat a healthy breakfast. I make my lunch. But that's where I set my intentions and things for the day. Okay. So any type of morning ritual that sets the tone for your day, that is considered a solar magic practice. Okay. Now, if you work night shift and you sleep during the day and you wake up and you still do these things, no, I would say you're probably aligning with lunar energy because you're working at night. So you're just going to be more naturally aligned to lunar energy. Okay. Charging tools in the sun is another very easy solar magic practice. So if you have any tools that you want to charge with the energies I mentioned before, the vitality, self-worth, action, success, strength, happiness, any of those, you can set those tools out in the sun to charge. Okay. Just some really fun examples. If you are an artist or a writer or something like that, you want a creative boost, you can charge your pens, your brushes, your art supplies, whatever it is in the sun. Yes, a windowsill counts, just as you can charge your crystals on a windowsill during the full moon. You can charge things on a windowsill where the sunlight comes in. Okay, so they don't have to sit out in direct light, especially if there are gemstones that should not be in direct light because it'll fade them. Vivianite is one of them that comes to mind. I want to say I read somewhere that either citrine or carnelian, not carnelian, I think it's citrine might fade in the light. I can't remember. I just know Vivianite straight off. There's another one, Hackmanite. That's another one you should keep out of the sun. That's one of those UV, we've sold it before. Anyway, so yes, if you are an artist or a writer, you can charge your pens, brushes, art supplies, etc. to give a boost in creativity. If you are trying to overcome anxiety or build self-confidence, you can take a piece of jewelry that you wear daily and set it out in the sun to charge with that energy. The sun is associated with the solar plexus, which is your personal power center. So that's where you can, that's what I worked on to overcome my anxiety. But if you have anxiety, you have an imbalance in your solar plexus chakra. So charging a piece of jewelry that you're going to like wear out in public, or if you're going, like if you want confidence for like a job interview, you can charge a piece of jewelry and wear it to the job interview. Okay. Sun teas are a great way to make a tea, infuse it with the sun energy. And then that way you're drinking it. So you can envision drinking in vitality, motivation, strength, happiness, whatever. So charging tools in the sun and then using them, great way to work with solar magic. Success and visibility workings. So any kind of spell that you're doing for success or visibility, like if you're an influencer, business owner, you're trying to be seen for a job promotion at work, something like that. If you do the spell during the day or out in the sun, you're going to empower it with that energy even more. Confidence spells, same thing. Do it outside or do it during the day instead of waiting for nighttime to do your spell. Creativity and inspiration rituals. So anything that will inspire creativity or any type of boost or anything you want to do them during the day, not at night. Truth spells, because again, nothing can hide from the sun, not even shadows. It will illuminate everything. And then organization or structure, so honestly, if you can afford to sit outside and drink your morning coffee or tea and make your daily to-do list while you're sitting outside in the sun or at a window where the sun is streaming in, that's going to boost your to-do list even more. Or if you're organizing, like you're taking your to-do list and you're organizing it by tasks or by day or week or month or whatever, or you're paying bills, anything like this where you need organization and structure, do it outside or do it mindfully sitting in front of a window with the sun streaming in. Okay. These are all extremely easy solar magic practices. I'm not even talking about setting up altars or, anything like that. Like these are easy daily practices that you can do. Okay. The biggest way to honor the sun and to practice solar magic is to get outside in the sun and just sit there. Yeah. SPF accordingly. I wrote that down because I don't know if you all see this. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is a tan for me. This is my golden Arizona skin. Okay, this is my golden Arizona skin. This is from 13 years of living in Tucson. This is as dark as I get. Okay. This goes from this gorgeous alabaster color to bright red when I get sunburned. And then you would think that as the sunburn heals, I would go to a nice golden brown. It does not. It goes right back to this beautiful alabaster color you see here. Okay. This is why I get tattoos, because it's the only way I can safely add color to my skin. Okay. I'm just a pale white girl. Okay. So SPF accordingly if you're going to be outside. But get outside in the sun to work with the energy. That is the easiest way. Okay. You can sit down, like I said, outside, set your to-do list, make an intentions list. Just sit and bask in it. Let the sun warm you up. Okay. If you want to set up an altar or work with the sun's energy indirectly, sun, orange, yellow gems such as sunstone, carnelian, and citrine can harness it. If you charge them in the sun, even better. Orange and yellow herbs, so calendula, chamomile, and then spices work with the sun's energy too. So like cinnamon, cayenne, things like that. Colors, gold, orange, and yellow. Okay. But again, getting outside is just the easiest way to work with solar energy and just have yourself absorb it and work with it that way. Okay. Now, here's where I've told you at the beginning, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to give you a perspective shift as to why maybe you should add some sun magic into your practice now. Okay. We are so used to working with the moon. And if you are familiar with working with the moon, then you know that generally speaking, what you do is you set your intentions at the new moon. You build and attract during the 2 weeks that it takes to get to the full moon. Then at the full moon, you empower and you add a boost of energy to your intentions. And you have the full moon illuminate anything that you still need to work on, anything that you need to release. That's what you do at the full moon. And then for the next 2 weeks, you're releasing, you're letting go, you're removing blockages, removing obstacles, cleansing and releasing until the new moon. And then you've got 1 full month of working with those intentions. Okay. One beautiful, energetic, you've put so much time and effort into everything for 1 full month, done this cycle of energy. Okay. Sun magic. You can do all of that in 1 day. Yeah. So you set your intentions in the morning at sunrise. Okay. As the sun is coming up, you're setting your intentions for the day or your spell or whatever. Okay. Your intentions, your affirmations, all of that. Then you are a magnet. You're drawing energy to you. That's when you set your intentions in the morning, and then you take the steps in the morning to fulfill those. Okay. That's why I work out in the morning. I eat healthy. I make my lunch, which is for later on in the day. I meal plan for the rest of the day as well in the morning. I choose my clothes. What energy do I want to exude today? So then at noon, which is it's the peak of the sun's energy. This is when you can empower again. So you can think about your intentions and be like, what do I need to do for the rest of the day to make this happen? What have I already accomplished for the day? What do I need to add power to? You could do that at noon. Then from noon until sunset, what do you need to release? You can express your gratitude for everything that you've done, release, let go, cleanse until sunset. And then if you want to, because technically the sun is still in the sky, it's just hidden. And once the moon has come up, if you really wanted to do any kind of darker magic, anything that you would do under the dark moon, deep meditation, shadow work, you can do that at night. And it's still considered solar energy as well if you're working with the sun. So the moon, you go through 1 month to get all of this. And the sun, with working with solar energy, you get 1 day. You can do all of it in 1 day. Isn't that amazing? So if you need to fast track a spell, use sun energy, not moon energy. If there's something, this is like you casting a spell every single day. Casting a new spell for your day. How fucking witchy does that sound? I just got goosebumps. Because it's like when you wake up in the morning and you set your intentions for the day, that's a spell. So you're performing a spell every day. Just by waking up and setting intentions in the morning, as the sun's going down in the evening, you're giving gratitude for what you accomplished that day. How thankful are you for what happened that day or what you did, or did you accomplish your goal or your intention? But you're giving the gratitude, you're releasing, you're letting go to relax, to go to bed for the night. You're performing a spell every single day without even thinking that you're performing a spell. You're just being a witch. That's the witchiest fucking shit I've ever heard of, I think. And how amazing does that feel? It feels amazing. So this is why I'm saying you should practice solar magic, or you should give it a try. Okay? Not should as in, I don't want to, but Morgan says I have to. No. Should as in hopefully something in you was like, shit, that makes sense. I should fucking try that. And I want to try that. That is a fuck yes. Okay. All right. That's what I have for you all today. My Patreon bonus content for today, I came up with 5 little cutesy ways to work with solar energy this week. It's like a little mini challenge if anybody wants to take it as a challenge, but I'm giving just 5 ideas I came up with on ways to work with solar energy for the whole week. Different practices to include into your witchcraft practice. So, if you would like to have access to the paid bonus content, you can head to patreon.com/inkedgoddesscreations. And the $5 tier will get you the bonus content. Okay. There's 2 other tiers. The second one is $9 a month, I think. And it's the Prophecy Portal. I do a tarot reading every week to show you the energy for the week coming up. And then the top tier is the $13 a month. It's magical manuscripts. And I am getting Book of Shadow pages out. In fact, I just got them a half-year check-in ritual Book of Shadows page set, so that it just gives you another thing that you can do for the summer solstice or in the month of June. A little ritual with like a little tarot thing to see how far you've come and see what else you want to do for the rest of the year. But you also get a shout out, even with just the $5 tier, for being a paid Patreon member. So this week, I want to thank Victoria for joining and being a paid member. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's what I have. I want to thank you all for being here, for being a podcast listener. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that, so that the algorithm pushes the podcast out to other magically curious people. And let me know in the comments. I know on Spotify I do get the comments. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, because the whole episodes air on YouTube as well, you can always do in the comments there. But let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Or if you practice solar magic. You know, things like that, because I would love to know if this was like a duh episode for you Or if this was like a holy shit episode for you, I would love to know that. So thank you for being here, for giving me a platform to share my knowledge and be myself. And I will see you all next week. Bye. If you're looking for a magical community where you can just be yourself, check out my Ink Spirit Coven. The Coven is an online learning circle for eclectic witches who want to learn new witchcraft practices and how to easily incorporate magic into their daily lives, all while being supported on their personal spiritual journey. And you'll have me as your magical mentor, sharing my knowledge, answering questions, and facilitating the online community. Head to inkspirit.com to learn more and join. And if unique witchcraft supplies made by witches for witches is just what you need, head to my store, inkgoddesscreations.com, to see what we have to enhance your magical practice. We also have the Ink Goddess Creations box, a monthly subscription of magic mail filled with exclusive items that fit a magical theme. Head to the site to see this month's theme and sneak peeks.